To the 37-yard line. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
It's complete to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 3rd down, here's Peyton. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Right side, Kane, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Texans.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
The Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 56. Mike, 55. 56.
Watson just beating the play clock. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Say, 31. 24.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Come on. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Running right, here's Dillon. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, Steve 6.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Let's go.
The end of the 1st quarter with the score Bulldogs 3, Texans 0.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Bristol, travel. Check 13.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. It's Kane, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, wahoo! Let's put that team on the
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
56. Hey, orbit.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Out. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Regular.
Roy. 41's the mic.
They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Peyton. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. 53 is the mic. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing his Allen on third. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down, Houston.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On second down now, it's Kane. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
You're set. 19.
Watch twist.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
56. Mike's 56. Let's go.
To throw is Watson. Operating from the gun. Got a man open. It's Ross. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. On the arm. Rush in.
Watson from the gun. He'll throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Come on, D! Mike, 59! Mike, 56! 56.
To throw is Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot. Alert.
Now a carry for Dillon. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
You
gotta get moving, man. Move it.
Hey, high 7.
53 is the mic.
To throw on 3rd down. Allen. It's caught. Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a quick slant gets exactly 10. And by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield, here's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
18. Mike, 49.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kane. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go, D. Tight ends, Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Four down. He goes to use you. 31. $49, guys. Mike.
On first down, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
I'm here all day.
On first down, it's Watson. Caught, it's Wilson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, he completes it to Wilson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Watson operating from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for John Ross. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. Welcome back now here in London, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? Mike, 53.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Watch QB drop. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
To try again after the sack. Allen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To the air, Allen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. This complete to Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Allen now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have taken the lead.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
We got this.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 49. Mike, 49.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Watson. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside. That one good for 37 yards.
First down, Houston.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now. Watson now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Here we go. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
You ain't going nowhere.
Watson now to throw on third down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
What screen?
Shift. 5 wide.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Let him know, let him know.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. On 2nd down, Dillon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Brown 80! Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for London, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.